Happy Monday. Well,
we are live.
yeah, I didn't have such a great weekend. I missed the Eagles game, and there was a huge comeback, I hear, that I did not get to watch.
How did you not get to watch that?
I had a tournament. I didn't think that through. So I had to go to beautiful Seton Hall. Have you been there?
What, Seton Hall University?
The
South
campus
Orange?
is nice. South Orange? Oh,
Yeah.
my God. That place is a dive, okay? In a maze of small streets. Oh, my God. It was my team played horribly. They got yelled at. We played one game. It was so bad. And I know the coach. Okay. They're very well coached. They are a good team consistently year after year. The 12 and 14s. Now, this was the coach's daughter who's coaching now, played in college. So I know her. We're not friends or anything, but we're acquaintances, right? So whenever we see each other on the field, I say hello. She says hello to me. I ask how her mom is, all that 9 yards. We were losing so badly, okay? At one point, she calls out to me and she goes, I'm fine. They're up to bat. We're playing defense. She goes, I'm fine with this being the last batter. Why would she say that for the inning? Why would she say that? Because they are running at will. We have 0 outs, 0. They are running around the bases at will, and she just felt bad. That was humiliating. All right, so with 8 minutes left, I called the game. Okay, shocked everyone. Umpire's like, there's 8 minutes left, coach. I said, I know how much time there is. I don't care. Okay, because even if we came back by some miracle of God, okay, the odds are probably the same as me winning the Powerball. What is that, like 30 million to 1?
30 bazillion to 1 or something.
Yeah, something like that. Even if we came back and won, you couldn't call it a win because she gave us that the innings, we did not have 3 outs because I believe, so we lost 13-0. I believe if she didn't do that, we would have lost 26-0. Okay, it was that bad. And I was
there a
so
mercy
angry.
Rule? Don't you guys stop
This tournament did not have a run rule.
Okay.
So it just kept going on and on. It would only stop at a certain time. I think it was an hour and 20 minutes, something like that.
When my godchildren were younger, they always had these rules, like it was 9-0 or 11-0.
Yeah, usually in tournaments they have a run rule to keep things moving. It was embarrassing. They played like 9 blind girls on the field. So tomorrow's practice should be very interesting. Because clearly we need to go back to fundamentals, which we will, and they're going to do a whole lot of running.
I have fond memories of Seton Hall University.
I got to tell you, Seton Hall is nice. They got to play on a big field.
Yeah.
Didn't play well on a big field, but they got to play on a big field. I had crying, which set me over the edge. Okay. We are second-year 12s. What are you doing? On something that just happens, right? So we had a pop-up. And
hey, Thomas, what's going on?
Their second baseman, shortstop, did not communicate. So guess what happened? It dropped. And of course, my player's running back to first. And it dropped, so she's taken off. But you know how those things go. You're not going to make it. They're dead to rights, right? So they
Marcus
force out on
that
2.
There's no crying in baseball.
Yeah, right.
Or softball.
So there's a force out at 2. She comes off the field crying. I go, what are you crying about? What are you absolutely crying about? I could not believe it.
Hey, Christina.
It was just a brutal weekend. Then 3 games, started to get cold. Had to work my way out of the maze of South Orange, okay, with all the windy streets.
South Orange is not easy.
And get on the highway, and I am booking. I mean, I am in such a bad mood. I am doing 95 on Turnpike, New Jersey Turnpike.
Is Mr. Sub still down South Orange Avenue from the
I don't know. I just want to get the hell out of there as quickly as possible.
1884 or 1885, you know who ran that for 5 months?
Who?
I did.
No kidding.
How
many times did you get robbed?
Before that, I did concessions at the old Walsh Gym. This was during the heyday of the Big East. And everybody was into college basketball massively in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So all I had to do was show up, and I was golden. This guy had a stroke who owned Mr. Sub.
Oh, wow.
And he used to run the concession stand at Walsh Gym. And I was over there, and it's literally just like hot dogs and stuff, man. It's hot dogs, it's nachos with the squeezed cheese. There's nothing like cuisine, but
the campus is very nice.
The campus is super nice.
Outside the campus is like an enclave. Outside the campus, you're talking about Newark light, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's a tough area.
It's not. It's like a small little area. and that's just. But yeah, no, I was there. Somebody I saw Marcus mentioned PJ Carlissimo. He rolled into Mr. Sub one day with Andre McLeod, who was kind of like Seton Hall's prospect. I guess it didn't really turn out the way he wanted to. Phil Whitaker was another player from that era. They just would roll into Mr. Sub, and it was small, tiny. It was me and one person. I'd be cleaning up, and they'd be like, "Hey, can I get any sandwiches?" And I'm like, "Sure, coach. What do you want?" It was a little bit of a weird, surrealistic time. Then the end of the year comes, and I was not very good at this in the 80s at all. I was young and stupid. I probably, between Walsh Gym and Mr. Sub, I probably lost $7,000 that year. Nice. So that's when I realized I was going to stick to my lunch truck and stick to Rutgers because I knew what people wanted.
Right.
But it was a fun time, man. I got to go to a lot of games. There was a period of time where I was working in that part of Jersey. I got to see guys like Pearl Washington. Didn't do much in the NBA, but was killer in the Big East. Got to see Patrick Ewing in Georgetown play. Right. When you were anywhere near a Big East campus back then,
they were Big East.
Yeah, we took road trips to Providence College, Boston College. It was a blast.
So no, it's a nice campus, but the surrounding area is not so nice. But I got it weird. Thanks for stopping by, bud. Listen, Ed Weird, I hope you're doing okay, bro. I read in Facebook what happened to you.
No, that's not true. That was a Slippin' Jimmy thing. He's getting a 7-figure paycheck out of somebody, and I guarantee you, it's like Bobby the Brain Heenan's neck brace. The second that check clears, that neck brace will be gone, and he'd be like, whoa, he'll be renting a condo at the big house.
Well, regardless of what John thinks, I wish you well. I'm sorry.
In case I'm wrong, hope you're feeling better, man.
But
I'm not wrong.
Anyway, it was not a great weekend. I take pride in what I do. My daughter and I managed to turn several teams into real competitors. And this team, I don't know what it is. It's like I tell them over and over again, and we just don't pay any attention. So lots of things are going to come down in practice tomorrow. They're not going to be happy about it, but I am done.
Good night, Daddy.
I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed yesterday by our play. We were so bad it was ridiculous.
Yeah, we were goofing a little bit. That's harsh, man. Also, like I don't see any Halloween memes from Eddie for like a week. And I just assumed internet went out in Michigan or something.
The entire state.
And then he posted that thing about.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I hope you're doing all right, buddy.
He mentioned on another post it's going to be a little bit of a slow go.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can totally imagine. All right, so let's do some shout outs, I guess. Then we will talk about.
You need to flip some tables. Marcus isn't wrong. Although I kind of want to sit in on a Coach Marcus tutorial with furniture flying.
I have an assistant coach, right? And it's one of the dads. I love him because he takes care of all things I don't want to take care of. Okay. Coordinating, planning, sending out the emails to the parents where to be, where to go.
Your son.
All that stuff. No. He has a kid on the team, and his older daughter who plays at Rutgers Camden helps us coach when she's not playing. Like tomorrow she won't be there because she has practice at her school. So love him. But he is one of the positive guy, which is good, which kind of balances out me and his daughter, who also is a hard ass. And he's at the end of the third game, which was a little bit better, but not great. We still lost. He goes, well, that was better. And, the outfield was better. And I just laid into him. Okay, not him, but the girls. I said, I am, Coach Tom says he's a positive guy. I said, I am not going to tell you that, it was better when you caught, all you did was catch fly balls you should have caught. Okay, made throws you should have made. Okay, things you should have done. Okay, the absolute minimum.
And what's up with everybody prematurely aging Alberto?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. People are wishing him like a happy birthday, and he's like, slow your roll. I got a month to go before I'm older.
Who knows?
It's for the life insurance, John. Everybody's trying to get it going.
Every time I see that, I'm always looking for the angle. Like, what's the story?
I guarantee you, Alberto has not named anyone in the group.
What's the word? Yeah, right. Trust me. God forbid anything does happen to anybody here. Although Nick does get my comic book collection if anything happens to me. unfortunately for him, so much of it is dynamite.
Right. All right. So shout outs. Kenneth Bird, what's going on? Mike Asbill, what's happening, buddy? Marvel fan, hey, how you doing? Easy, what's going on, man?
Oh, you turn 60 next month, Alberto.
50 or 60?
Is that 50 or 60? I hope it's not 60. Now I'm 50. Aging.
It says 50. Oh, no. Marvel fan is waiting to join the 50 club.
Oh.
He turned 60.
Good Lord, everyone is so old.
So are you, buddy.
Oh,
all right. So
I am the oldest living fan on the planet.
Let's see. Triple B, what's happening? Marcus, as always. Marcus, Karma Volume 2. I don't have a link. If you want, send me an email if you want the book.
Yeah, you guys want to hear something funny? Guess what happened to me the other day? I get an email from YouTube saying your video's been removed. I was like, what did I do this time? Turns out when I had Dan Wickline on, all of a sudden that algorithm got me too, y'all. It was like delayed by months.
Really?
That interview was like maybe a year ago or something. But
I was just going to say,
they got me, man.
From last year?
Said I was promoting porn or something like that, man.
Yeah.
God almighty. All right, so let me see. Who else
He is an award-winning YouTuber. That's a scandal. They
literally just did that. I was just like, what? Okay. I was like, oh my, I was really worried. I was like, what did I say this time?
This should be
It's AI.
This should be as bad as if his hair sponsor.
Christina, what's happening? Let's see. Who else is in the house? Let me see. Did I get everyone? I think so.
50. Alberto will be 50 in October. We've got that all straightened out.
Wait, not 50 or 60?
Not that people really need to be dropping their age and birthday, but you know.
Oh, 50. Okay, gotcha.
You will be 50. There was no. I thought I saw someone say 60, and I was mistaken. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's see. All right, Alberto.
Did you see the comics Whatnot dude had on his desk?
I did not.
In there, he has my favorite run of the Beast, which is from Amazing Adventures. Very cool.
Gray Beast, man, the Gray Beast era.
The Gray Beast era. We were just talking about that, and I understand when you have a guy like George Perez blow your character up, and the character was created by like Jack Kirby. I understand where little kind of small niche type of runs get overlooked.
Right.
But there's like a storytelling tone in Amazing Adventures, which you really don't see the Beast revisit like that. You know what I mean? You kind of have his X-Men era, multiple X-Men eras where he's super intelligent, the whole deal or whatever. You know, then you have like these dark Beast, evil
Tacoma,
Beast,
what's going on, bud?
Blah, blah, blah. But this was like sort of a kind of weirdly specific. He's not quite a kid in the X-Men. He's not quite, Wonder Man's drinking buddy in George Perez's The Avengers. It's in like this weird sort of where he's a scientist. He's working at a company. He's wearing a rubber mask. By today's standards, it seems ridiculous, but if anyone, picks that stuff up, it is a very cool read, especially sort of, they introduced the whole Rutland, Vermont Halloween festival thing. Next thing you know, Beast is against the Juggernaut on his own. It's dated, but it's very cool. It's like a little bit of a snapshot of 70s Marvel storytelling. Very neat. I would tell anyone, if you're looking to maybe just grab something a little bit different, see if your comic book shop has it. Chances are, if your comic book shop has it, you can probably work a deal for the run. It's not a real big run. People will talk about it a lot, so my guess is, the guy running your LCS, probably not, he probably doesn't have a lot
of
money
up, Becky?
into it. We'll be happy to sell it.
All right. So now we come to the part of the show that we do every Monday. How about them boys?
Oh, boy.
You're not even going to ask me how my weekend was? You can just go straight into how about the Cowboys?
Well, I can imagine how your weekend was.
Man, my weekend kind of stank a little bit, man. I started getting sick on Friday, right?
Oh, that's bad.
I had a great Wednesday, great Thursday, and then I started getting sick on Friday. I missed work on Saturday because I was full-blown sick. Started feeling better yesterday. Went back to work today, but it was just like cold, flu-y type stuff, but it came and went pretty quickly. But anyway, I got to see my Cowboys embarrass themselves against the Chicago Bears of all people, I've already told you guys this is not the year for the Cowboys, and our defense completely blows, and the offense couldn't get anything working yesterday.
Hey, what's up?
CD
Yeah.
going
Let's
out.
talk to you about the weather. Are we
Now,
getting thrown off
I
YouTube
will
for
be
profanity?
the Dak Prescott defender here. When you're forced to throw that many times in the air, this is likely to happen. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
And
there were moments where it felt like the game was, I mean, honestly, until right at the end of the first, right at the end of the first half, everything was fine, right? Like we kind of got behind, but then we quickly caught back up. Then it was what it was. And unfortunately, it is what it is. But then the day before, I had to watch my Auburn Tigers go up against Oklahoma, and it was the worst officiated game I have ever seen in my life. There were touchdowns that weren't touchdowns that were called for touchdowns. There was no calls for obvious defensive pass interference. They spotted Oklahoma basically 14 points in that game. I'm not saying we should have won it. I'm not saying that, but I am saying it was the worst officiated game I've ever seen. And they've even come out and said, you know what? Y'all are right. These calls were all wrong, and we apologize. Well, too late for the Auburn Tigers now. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about, that game was BS, man. That was BS. And then on top of all of this,
CFB is raw.
On top of all of this, I got to get on ESPN and watch my boy John Cena get F9 like 28 times to just get destroyed and killed, which is fine. WrestlePalooza was okay. There were some really good matches. No lie. That Io and Stephanie match was the GOAT. That was awesome. The CM Punk, AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins match was great. And I liked the Usos and the Prawns. Anyway, that was my weekend.
So
Cowboys
I don't know what was worse.
Got screwed by the officials. Cena got destroyed. However, my Yankees looking pretty good nearing the postseason, so I'm happy about that. At least
that's because Major League Baseball is still not predetermined. But
baseball's the only real sport left, right?
So I will say this: I don't know what was worse, the Cowboys' performance or the delusion of Jerry Jones. He went out after the loss and still said they are a playoff caliber team.
What's he going to say? He owns the team. If I'm going to sell you my car, I'm not going to say you would not believe how terrible a piece of crap this car is.
Good question, Becky. So the best part of my weekend was I did finally watch Superman on Friday.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I enjoyed it immensely. There were certain parts that I didn't love. I didn't love what they did with Jor-El and what's the mom's name?
Alberto's mentioned in the last second win. Oh, it's Amy.
Did I just hear you actually like something?
Yeah, he likes Superman. Sort of.
Superman's mom's name is Laura, just so you know.
Yeah. I did not enjoy what they did with that. And I thought that somehow towards the end they found out that Lex somehow
he fakes the message, right? It's that simple. Just say he faked the message.
But they never say that.
That's for the sequel. That'd be a big reveal in the sequel.
That bothered me.
Isn't the whole point of the movie that it doesn't matter if it's real or not?
What?
In the end, it really doesn't matter if it's real or not. He chooses what he learned from Earth.
Yeah, but that's kind of not the point, though, for me. But I have to admit, he was good Superman. I thought that Ma and Pa Kent was a bit miscast. I couldn't really see, I thought the characters were fine, but I thought they were a little miscast. Just call me crazy. But all in all, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed Kara, Supergirl, being drunk. That was funny. Okay. I found that hilarious.
And the reason for that is because that's based on her storyline.
Right. But I didn't know she would show up drunk.
And that's going to be the movie, right?
I went back to watch Peacemaker again over the weekend, and now some of the scenes there make a lot more sense. Now that
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is the book they're basing it on, John. It's basically True Grit, but with Supergirl, is what it is. I mean, it's literally True Grit. Like this, out in space, this young, her dad gets killed. She hires Supergirl to go find the bounty hunter. So,
it's
straight up.
I did enjoy it. I like the.
What do you think about Mr. Terrific and Guy Gardner? Those are two of my favorite characters in the movie.
Metamorpho, I thought, was the most. How do I put this?
Whiny?
Well, the character, no. You see, I didn't get that impression. The character kind of.
Spoilers. Who hasn't seen Superman? It's 4
Well,
months
none hasn't.
old.
I feel like he was the most. How do I put this? The biggest victim in the movie, and I thought that was okay. Mr. Terrific, I kind of liked him. I agree with what TJ's saying to a certain degree, but I kind of like that he was a smart ass kind of character.
I need 6 episodes of Mr. Terrific on HBO Max next year.
Apparently, they're moving towards that, man. They
Are
did
they?
sign
Because I
him.
gotta tell you, that was some.
He
that
was
was
so
very-
great in that movie to me, man. Like let me tell you, lady, I don't do emotions.
I was okay with Guy Gardner. I didn't love him. I was okay with it. Hawk Girl, I felt like they did not develop that character at all in the movie.
They developed Third Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, but all in all, I walked away.
So
I
you
love the
finally
movie.
watched Superman.
Yeah, it
That's
was
why
on
I'm like,
HBO
you actually
Max
like
on
something?
Friday.
That's
So
never happened
yet. I haven't
TJ's
seen
the
it
one.
yet.
It's on HBO Max.
I know.
TJ told me about it, so I went home and watched it for the first time. No spoilers, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna watch
I
it again
trust James
tomorrow,
Gunn.
tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. But Peacemaker makes a whole lot more sense now to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you
I will
watch it
say
like
that.
that, Peacemaker.
Yeah,
the
also I'm
first
like,
episode,
oh,
it's-
that's why they did that.
Yeah,
It
it's-
just kind of made more sense. So thank you, TJ, for letting me know it was on HBO Max, because it could have been 2-3 weeks before I realized it was on. So I had something to do Friday. It was the best part of my weekend because obviously my team sucked this weekend.
Which
I-
team?
My softball team.
Oh.
The Eagles pulled out a win, although they didn't look good, but they managed to find a way to win. Cowboys, not your year.
It's not. The Chiefs found a way to win, and the Jets found another
No,
way
they
to
are,
lose.
1-2.
This has not been their century, and
What-
we are
what
a
are the
quarter way
Jets at?
through it.
The Jets are 0-3. Yeah, Jets are 0-3, I believe.
Well, as long as there's somebody worse than the Cowboys.
I don't know if that's going to stay true.
I don't
It's
know,
a
man.
long
They should
season,
make them play the last game of the season.
It's
They're
definitely
the
gonna be
only
a long
one at the
season.
bottom,
but
but not Super Bowl.
yes, I did enjoy Superman. It was
Hey,
better
don't
than I
forget our
thought.
humble bundle. Thank you, Jay.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. It was.
And you can buy a humble bundle for your friends.
It was a little bit. I understand
Hey,
James
CJ.
Gunn's problem. How to make Superman without making the same storyline that everyone else has made.
If they'd listened to me, they'd have made Kingdom Come, and that wouldn't have been the same story that made Superman all the time.
So I thought that what's his name, Corn something or another.
David Cornsweat,
Yeah, I
Billy
thought he
Boy.
was excellent.
Billy Boy.
I liked the Lois character as well. I thought she did well. Jimmy Olsen was. I was no real impression on the Jimmy Olsen character.
Well, I think that guy did exactly what he's supposed to do. He's a goofy sidekick. Unless he's going to be Mr. Action
Although
or
the
Turtle Boy.
although the girlfriend, the hot girlfriend that was Lex's
Miss Testmacher.
Miss
Yes.
Tessmacher.
I thought that was interesting. That was a good way to play it. So other than that, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was good. So once again, thank you, TJ, for letting me know there. I'm sorry, Jay. We're way past break. All right, so we're gonna take
You
our
don't
first
care
break.
about Jay's schedule.
Yes, I do. I do.
Before you go
ignore
to
it.
commercial, everyone fill out your forms. If you get something, please like the video. Hello, Robbie. I'm sorry I didn't say that first thing I walked in here. I apologize. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, please don't forget that stuff. Thank you.
All right, so
Oh, I'd like the video too. Like, subscribe,
Yeah.
share, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We don't mention that all the time. But
right, so by the way, we'll do this real quick before we go to break. The giveaway tonight, I got a real trading card kind of angle today. Is Red Sonja 45th anniversary promo card by Nick Bradshaw. That's going to be the giveaway tonight. The hashtag is EXP Monday, all lowercase. All right, so Jay, take us to our first break. Hang out. We'll be right back, and we will delve into the books.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience.
Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form.
In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great. Thanks.
Japanese place, and another one was from Kentucky.
Oh,
And we
nice.
just cracked these open, and we're just watching this stuff. And it's normally these huge projectors. Certain movies, they're yes, no, maybe, blah blah blah. When you're watching a game on one, that's pretty good. The next time you're seeing something that big, you're at the Comcast Center. You're at the
Yeah,
Xfinity
I'm
Center,
sure.
which was kind of originally the idea. He surprised us with this. We helped him with his stuff. It's not like a moving company did it. We just helped him sort the boxes, and we were going to go over to the Xfinity Center. He's like, or we could do this. And he had a curtain, which we thought was just a window, and it was an entire wall, probably about this size, just painted multiple coats of that fluorescent white thing. Click, he hits the high def projector. We're watching the game. And
Nice.
I'm like, all right. So as usual, thankfully, his galley kitchen has a counter, and I can watch the game from the kitchen. So I'm doing I'm making the cinnamon butter. I'm doing I'm doing the little brown sugar biscuits. I'm doing the potato pancakes, and I could watch the game because the stream was so big.
So Robbie, other than your team's not doing well over the weekend and kind of getting sick, how was it otherwise?
His car was stolen. His store was broken into.
Everything else was fine, I guess. I got to chill out, watch some television, got to read some good comics. I've been reading through some 90s Fantastic Four, the Tom DeFalco, Paul Ryan era. So
Gotcha.
we've been doing that. Been watching some Better Call Saul. I'm in season 3 of that right now. Watched some good movies. Watched Child's Play 2. So had some. There was still some positive notes to the weekend.
Now you get the reference when I said Eddie isn't really hurt. He's slipping Jimmy.
Yeah, I got that. I understood that reference.
So what is the movie tonight?
Oh, tonight we're talking about a 1971 French vampire film called The Shiver of the Vampires. This was the winner.
By the way.
Yeah, this is the winner of the 2025 Horror Fest movie poll. I got a buddy of mine on the crew to pick a bunch of obscure movies nobody had ever seen, and this was the winner. And 1971 French vampire film. We got lots to unpack tonight on PCP Movie.
Cinemax like every Saturday night when I was a kid. So
it should have been for sure.
All right. Whenever it comes on streaming, when is Red Sonja streaming?
It's streaming now. You can.
On what?
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, I ain't paying
Like a
for it.
VOD thing right now, I think, right?
Yeah, I don't pay
You
for
can
that.
pay
stuff.
for it. Just submit a voucher here. That's what I did. Do you not submit vouchers for expenses for Dynamite?
Legitimate ones.
The look on his face was great. What?
Legitimate ones I do, but no, I don't think I'm getting reimbursed for that.
There's a letterer who's worked on a lot of Dynamite comics, and he's part of a little creator chat that I sort of bogarted my way into. And I forget what the book was exactly, but he lettered it. And he said he couldn't wait for his comps. And I took a picture of it right here on the table. And I was like, you didn't get yours yet? I just got mine. And he's like, how do you have comps before me? And David Avalone had to tell him he's literally at the office. He lives like down the street from the office. And he just goes in and nags Nick for a copy.
All right. So, you'll pressure Nick.
Yeah,
Thank you, Burrow. All right. So
take $20 off the price of that and apply it to Rex's purchase.
Eventually, it'll be streaming somewhere.
Eventually, my guess it'll probably maybe Netflix will pick it up, maybe Amazon.
Somewhere.
You know what I mean? It's. I'll tell you what it reminds me of. It reminds me of an '80s sword and sorcery movie, and I mean that in the best possible way. There's some very cool sword and sorcery stuff that came in the '80s that sort of slid under the radar a little bit, and this sort of had a very kind of grimy. Obviously, it's not a $250 million budget film or whatever. I thought the lead actor did a great job. I mean, let's be honest. It's not easy to be characters like that.
Yeah, that's
How
true.
many times have we talked about, like, I would love to see a live action Vampirella. A friend of mine owes me a live action Vampirella. Until that time, we talked about who's going to be Vampirella.
Right.
A few years ago, I very much wanted it to be Aubrey Plaza in a different kind of Vampirella story, more like Warren Vampirella. I'll put it that way. I wanted it now, and Aubrey Plaza has even said she's sort of turning down roles because she's too old or whatever. Now I would like it to be more of a Tom Snagowski type Vampirella, and I want it to be Anna Taylor-Joy. I would very
so
much
you
like to
thought about this a little bit then.
Very interesting.
I've been fantasy casting Vampirella since the 80s.
All right. To remind everyone, the giveaway tonight is Red Sonja 45th anniversary promo card by Nick Bradshaw. Hashtag is EXP Monday, all lowercase. Can Rachel Holland act?
Preston, very interesting question. I saw some dailies from a project that didn't come to fruition for a variety of reasons, but it was just some early stuff, some exterior shots or whatever. And she very much sort of has the Vampirella
Sean, what's up, bud?
Walk through the graveyard downright. A lot of times it shows she does what I call the Harris era Vampirella. Wink, this, that, or whatever. But when she wants to, she can kind of push that button into something less pinup and more performance-based.
Right.
I would, I'll tell you what I've said this to Rachel a bunch of times. As amazing as the covers are, I don't know if anybody's been Vampirella more than her. I'll say this. What I really need is her voice for an audiobook on Audible. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see her do maybe something from Graphic Audio, where it's like a cast reading. You can get 5, 6, 7 people in a room, and I think she would absolutely kill that.
All right.
My guess is with the 1,001 things Nick has to do, Audible is 1,002.
All right. So the giveaway, we saw that one. So as always, we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher for a $40 retail value. And as always, we have the entire 10-pack for $5.
Preston, I've mentioned this before on the show. Yes, everybody knows Rachel as a cosplay cover, as a cosplayer, a pinup model, like whatever you want to call it, right? I've had lengthy, detailed conversations with Rachel on messaging. I don't know if I've met anyone who knows Vampirella as well as I do, that is not a writer of the character.
Right.
Obviously, the person who I speak to routinely, who knows the most about Vampirella, is Tom Stagowski, because he's written the character since the 90s. But most fans I've met barely remember the difference between the Warren and the Harris era. They don't know, like when you find out Grant Morrison did something with Vampirella, people are like, what was that for? That was for Dynamite. Got the masterwork at home. Thanks to Nick. But, I mean, Rachel sent me a picture one night on Twitter in my DMs at like 2 a.m. my time, and she had snagged 3 Vampirella Warren comics and an Eerie comic from like a craft sale or something she went to. They had like some magazines, and she's looking through them and whatever, and all of a sudden she sees like Vampirella, and she was like, "What?" And she spent like a half an hour blowing through this box. And my guess is at that point, her partner probably wanted to get going. And she's pulling them out. And then she found like Eerie 30 or 31, which had sort of a Vampirella-esque character on it.
So it's funny we're talking about her now, because I do have a Red Sonja trading card signed by Rachel Holland tonight. All right, we'll get that in a minute. All right, so as always, best deal we've ever offered. The DF mystery box, 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 Virgin, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value guaranteed. And I've got it tonight for $85. Barlord, what's happening? Preston, what's going on, buddy?
Preston, she does have a very good voice. I spent years on the radio. I helped produce other food radio shows and podcasts in Atlantic City, in Philadelphia, in Princeton.
All right, Corey, I'm putting it down, but
one of the
we
things
need to hear Triple B chime in.
One of the things you learn to listen for is somebody that has a good voice for radio. And I'll tell you who has an excellent voice for radio, the person who just walked into the room. Yes, you. she shook her head, but Amy has an excellent voice for radio. With some basic, just some basic training and reps or whatever, she could kill whatever she wanted to read.
And Corey, it's 30, just so you know.
I'll tell you one of the things you have to do. You have to be believable and conversational, and not to discredit anyone else or anything else that Pop Culture Philosophers does. But the thing that jumps out is Robbie's authenticity. Like for me, as someone who worked in radio for a long time, Robbie's authenticity, I don't get the impression that, if he could make more money doing a show about welding, he'd be doing a show about welding, or Garbage Men or whatever. The subject matter is near and dear to his heart. And I think
I'd make a ton of money if I just made videos about how the comic book industry sucks.
I was going to say that too. There are people who make tons of money and get tons of clicks bashing everything.
Did you know that comics aren't as good as they were 20 years ago?
I know.
Let me tell you why.
Look, I get it. Everybody loves and worships the Todd Father. He's not doing 19 books a month. He is busy living his life and counting his money, which is ludicrous. So, you know what I mean? Maybe there should be more respect and support for people who are actually doing the books. Don't worry about clicks because you're
but
trashing
controversy
somebody.
sells today. So
What?
are you going to do? Controversy sells today. Being negative sells. Look at what's going on in the world.
I've blocked like 140 different accounts on social media because all their content is bashing comic books. I'm like,
Hey, Lance,
click,
thanks for
click,
joining us,
I don't want
bud.
to say it.
All
That's
right.
probably why I get like 8 mentions a day from Pop Culture Philosophers and Robbie or whatever, because almost everybody else has gotten zoxed added there.
Well, thank you.
All right. So, Corey, you are right about Social Security. You got to hit 70 to max out the benefits. And now they're talking about making the retirement age even older to salvage what's happening with Social Security. That conversation always makes me angry because everyone in government calls it entitlement.
Well, that should be your. That
It's not
should be your,
entitlement. We paid into that.
That's true.
If I didn't pay into that and it was allowed to invest my own money, then this wouldn't be a problem. Okay, it was Congress that decided they were going to loot it, borrow against it, and not put it back. Okay, it was never meant to be that way.
This is good stuff. Why don't you save it for a podcast? And I've got the logo for you. Right wing with an X through it. Left wing with an X through it. Rex wing. And it'll be a logo like an X-wing fighter.
I like that. That's actually pretty good. But
the only politics that matters.
It makes me angry. They don't talk about the time when in the dead of night, it was passed in a bipartisan way. We're going to loot Social Security, use the money, we'll put it back. And they never put it back. And that's why it's becoming insolvent.
It's $1.7 trillion. They can't put it back. Literally, they
can't now. But they did it, in the 70s? They could put it back. They could have put it back then.
No, I think wasn't that Bush 41 who did that?
No, I don't think so.
Was it earlier than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
wouldn't argue with you because I don't know.
I think it was Nixon or during that era.
Well, they always use this money for the same thing, paying for wars and giving tax breaks to the people who are paying.
And that pisses me off. That after I don't care if you're red or blue. We should all be up in arms against that. Okay. And for them to keep calling it entitlement really pisses me off.
No, Preston, because Rex Rant will work as a segment on the Rex Wing show. Like what'll happen is he'll have a guest and he'll talk about a topic, but then the camera will zero in on him, the lights will go down, and it'll be Jay doing the Rex Rant voice. And you can just grip it and rip it, as we would say.
But I think everyone.
I think we need to get back on the positive side. Can everybody just wish Alberto a happy 80th birthday today?
It's next month, dude. It's next month. I'm not wishing him a happy birthday until next month.
That's Rex's son. Like he wants to tell Alberto happy birthday.
No, you know who this is? It's pissing me off too.
Oh,
Here we go. It is some scam they're running.
It's the Social Security office.
where they call you and tell you, oh, we almost have your loan papers ready. We just have to finalize a few things. I did not apply for a loan. Okay. I think last week I finally answered one. I answered it. Who is this? She goes, and it's a robocall, right? So I hear this recording. So it says dial.
Pulls up the softball practice in a new car. You'll know
so it says dial whatever, right? To be connected. So I do. I want to talk to someone.
From Rex's son.
And she clearly she's calling from a call center in India somewhere and using the same name. Okay. And it says, yes, your loan papers are almost ready. I said, what loan papers?
Oh, my name is Brindy. No, it isn't.
I go, I did not apply for a loan. She says, well, it's almost ready. We just need a few more things. And I'm like, what do you need? You need my Social Security number, maybe my bank account number.
Marcus,
okay,
that would be the best day ever. If that
I'm like screaming at her. Do you think I'm stupid? They hung up on me.
My name is Rex Wang. I didn't sign for a loan. Rex Wang Jr.
You know what I do when a number calls that I don't recognize? I just ignore it.
Yeah, but dude, they call like 4 or 5 times a day. And the other thing,
my phone's always on silent, to be honest. So I don't even notice it.
Yeah, I know. I was just in a pissy mood, Mike, and I decided I'm gonna.
I got like 9 different.
This was right after his team lost like 28-0.
I was gonna say he's in the dugout and he's had enough, man.
I'm going to answer this right now.
I got like 9 different things on my phone. If a robocall tries to get me, Verizon jumps in, Apple jumps in. I got some other thing from Xfinity or whatever.
So you gotta tell me how that Verizon thing works. All right, so sorry, Jay. I went 2 minutes plus 2 minutes. I'm sorry. All right, we're gonna go our second break, and when we get back, we are getting to the. Somebody tell me how to do that. Email me and tell me how to do that.
What? Get to comics?
No, how to screen my calls. How to get the blocks.
Gotcha.
We're gonna get to the books, and we're gonna start with sketch covers. Okay. So Jay, go ahead. Take us to our second break.
Nice.
We'll be right back.
Let the form.
Whoa. Whoa. Did you miss it? Yeah, they can go by pretty fast. Let's slow down the footage.
Welcome. It's time to skim some comics. Miles Morales Spider-Man, I will just tell you that Miles is very important in his role as a vampire. So.
It's fine. If you like Hercules, read it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. It's fine.
The art is still stunning. There's a panel, little spoiler, there's a panel in this where Chitauri first hits Lion-O, and he is the best "did she really just hit me" face I've ever seen put in a comic book.
Wow, live reviews of new comic books so you can be ready for New Comic Book Day. What is this? Oh, I see.
it's Minute to Skim It. Part of the experience. According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone just by tuning into The Experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below.
Download our app on Google Play and the App Store. It's so simple, even my mommy can use it. Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Is like a county green space or whatever with flowers, whole thing. And it turned out that my text protection was whacking out the landscaper's text.
Yes, Marvel fan. That's the one. And guess what? It was that call. The voicemail. Let me read it for everyone.
Oh, no. Lord.
Yes, I'm doing it.
Okay.
All right.
Why you got to make us all suffer through this, man?
Because misery
Dude,
loves
I'm
company.
here.
I'm
Okay,
up in my
you ready,
appearance fee
Marvel
for
fan?
tonight's
Here
show.
we go.
You got to listen to this, man. That's all I'm saying.
Hi, this is Mary from the Lending Review Division. We've been trying to reach you for the past few days, and I see your loan file is nearly approved for up to, you guessed it, $64,000, with either a 60-month term at about $1,200 or $17 a month at 36-month option. Unbelievable. And I block these calls repeatedly, and they keep coming through. It's pissing me off. I'm not gonna lie. All right, so now that I've gotten that off my
There's
chest,
been 3 potty mouth words in this show in like an hour. We're not going to be on for a month. Robbie, you can block this time elsewhere, man. We won't be back.
all right, so
I'll just join Jay and Kyle for a show and help. And
That's
help.
what I was going to say.
I've heard Robbie say worse on this show, so I can only imagine what he says on.
Oh, whatever.
his show.
Somebody dropped an F-bomb not too long ago, like a week or two ago. Who was that? Was that you, Rex?
No, it was not me.
Or it was the S-bomb. That's what it was. It was
That I did.
That was you, yeah.
That was me.
I limit myself to only happy hour beers when I come here. Because
If y'all watch any of my shows on my channel, everybody knows I'm on my best behavior here, oddly enough. So there you go.
And that means you're dropping those words like a B-52.
If I didn't consider Robbie a friend, it would be very disappointing, his performance here. But I get the gimmick. This is like, clean Robbie. So I'm like, okay, sure, man, it's great. If you really enjoy Robbie's performance, watch the other stuff.
Yeah. Hear us tonight talk about the sensual 1971 French film Shiver of the Vampires.
Euro horror porn, which has got to be like on the bottom shelf of the shadiest video store in town. But
all right, here we go. So the sketch covers. First up, we had Uncanny Avengers #1 with Wonder Man, cover sketch by Carl C.K. Kent.
This guy
suggested retail of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
This guy's made like a noticeable jump since we got his first cover here. Like I said, this cover's amazing. There's a cover on Amy's desk.
Kirby Crackle in the background.
I love that. Like I said, there's a cover on Amy's desk. I don't know what show it's going to be on. Maybe it's already like a commission or something. I don't know. All I know is I walked past her desk and I almost gave myself whiplash turning around. This thing was so cool.
I just know I love the character of Simon Williams, Wonder Man. It's great stuff. First Wonder Man comic I ever read was Force Works #1. He died. And then the next stuff I read was the Kurt Busiek, George Perez, where they brought him back in his ionic form. And he started a relationship with Scarlet Witch and Vision. They had this whole love triangle. That was great stuff. And don't forget, there's a show coming up soon. Has anybody asked for it? No. But Marvel's giving it to us anyway. And they got a really great actor playing Simon Williams. So let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think that's
Nick. Sean Rowland or Sean, however you say that. Nick, you know the director. I did not. This was my first Sean Rowland film.
So I want to say, CJ, I like the green costume better than the red leisure suit that they had him wearing.
I did not like the Safari $6 million man jacket thing.
Better.
I very much like the original green costume.
Hank Pym had that same jacket, dude. You notice that? Like, well, that was a thing back in the 80s for some reason.
That jacket, though, that made sense. That version of Hank Pym was way better than Giant Man or Ant-Man. Because he would have stuff in his jacket, and because it was shrunk down, he could have literally whatever he needed.
Right.
Oh, the bridge collapsed, and he would pick out something about this big.
There was a brief time when men could wear leather jackets with a belt tying it at the waist. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's. I very much like that version of Hank Pym, and I always thought to myself, that's a version of book I would like to see. We've seen Yellow Jacket, Goliath, blah, blah, we've seen all this stuff. I like when he's just Hank Pym.
Right.
And they kind of did that a little bit in Ant-Man, the Ant-Man movies with Paul Rudd, and I love that. I love the fact that, the superhero days are pretty much behind me, but, watch me shrink this building.
Roland? Is that how I'm supposed to say it, Nick? Roland? Jean Roland? That makes sense.
Maybe. I mean, that's... Yes.
By the way, I'm really hoping, Jay, thank you. Yahya Abdul-Mateen, the guy who played Black Manta, the guy who was in The Watchmen, the guy who was in the last Candyman movie.
Wasn't that Dr. Manhattan in the Watchmen TV show?
What I'm hoping. I hope that we get the big reveal that Wonder Man in the MCU is actually Dr. Manhattan from the DC.
Oh, my God. That would be great.
All right. So next up, you guys are going to love this cover. Death of X #1 with Wolverine homage. Sketch cover by Christian Blockinger.
Nice.
I really like his work too.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of. This is a panel that I think a lot of people take a swing at, especially if you go through Artist Sally to con or whatever, or to show. And I don't know if they nail it the way they want to. I'll put it that way. This is real good. It's
a great cover, man. Super famous Uncanny X-Men cover from Mark Silvestri. Been
Wolverine
homaged a lot and made even more famous by Deadpool Wolverine, where they actually made it happen.
That was a great.
Oh yeah, they made that happen.
All right.
Well, there's that, and then they did the Hulk in the claws, the Hulk reflection in the claws.
Yeah.
Which that probably popped me bigger.
But what? The biggest pop for me, John, was when we got comic accurate Wolverine. He looked like a hobbit.
He did. That's right. He was.
That was good.
Adorable.
He jumped off the bar stool. That was awesome. All right. So next up, we got More Fun number 73 with Spectre cover sketch by Joe Del Beato, Dominic John, and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail for $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
Yeah, Marcus, we got the Cavalrine. I would not hate if that made another appearance, but I don't think it will.
I would love it, dude. That was the best Wolverine hair we've ever gotten on live action, man, was Henry Cavalrine.
It very much
I'm
was.
a huge Spectre fan. I know that y'all were talking beforehand that this would also work as an Hour Man. But, dude, I love the Spectre. I love this cover. And what's really cool, and maybe it's just the horror nerd inside of me, but does it not look like Dracula or one of the Shiver the Vampire women just came up and just ripped his throat up and he's just like gushing blood?
I was going to say the red is sort of.
That's a good point.
Like, you don't see that with Spectre because he's a Spectre, right?
Yeah,
you don't see him take what you would call in game terms physical damage, right?
Right.
Like, you just don't see that. You can't punch the Spectre in the face.
Right.
Or at least the average person can't anyway. It's an interesting color choice. I think it's very cool. And yeah, I think it's very Halloween.
The Spectre's great. And I think one of the most underappreciated runs in comics is Tom Mandrake, John Ostrander on Spectre back in the 90s.
Glow in the dark cover. There's a glow in the dark cover for that book.
Yeah, there is for issue 1, right? Yeah.
I probably still have 7 or 8 copies of that. I went through a period where every time I saw it, I bought one, and people thought that I was out of my mind. And I just kept responding to them. It glows in the dark. What do you mean? Why am I buying another copy?
All right. Next up, we got Captain America number 700 with Captain America cover sketch by John Pleak. I like what he's been doing these days with that kind of effect, the black and white effect.
That's very cool. It's kind of like the line art cover, sketch cover type.
Yeah, that's it.
That's very, very cool.
All right. So MSRP of $149.99. And we have this one for $65.
Cap is one of the characters which, yes, obviously he's red, white, and blue. But because if you draw Cap from like World War II, it makes sense when he's in black and white.
Mm-hmm.
There's like the scene in the Captain America First Avenger movie where they're watching a newsreel.
Yeah.
And it's in black and white because that was what, and that's also my favorite Captain America costume. The further away they get from him being in his World War II costume, especially, I should say the World War II costume is imagined for the Ultimates.
Right.
The kind of like the paratrooper's helmet or whatever. I love that. I love when he has actual boots, not, Buccaneer boots.
Right. All right. Then we have Mad Max Fury Road number 1 with Mad Max cover sketch by John Pleak.
Have we had anything from Mad Max Fury Road before?
We have not. This is the first.
I mean, this is nice. This is great, but I was just going to say I didn't,
All right. So you guys have to leave Alberto alone because I am actually older than he is, and I believe you are too, John.
Oh, yeah. I'm, like I said,
way older than he is. So give him a break.
At my age, if we go on break and Rex is doing the show solo, you've been warned, man.
Look, John, I think we're only a year apart, you and I.
We are old. We'll
Yeah.
come back and it'll be Amy here. Like just pushing the bodies over. Like, hi, we're back.
Pushing the wheelchair and getting our walkers, behind the desk.
Every time Amy stands by me and leans in to say hello, I think of the meme where it says, okay, that's nice, Grandpa. Let's get you back to bed. And like the
Time to go.
I like the caretaker is taking
Dinner
the person
time.
away.
And we're going to play shuffleboard
I
later.
know. I can't wait to drink my dinner and get to bed by 5.
And her talking to someone else. He won't make it to shuffleboard. He's going to fall asleep after dinner.
Oh, when we left my buddy, it's like a whatchamacallit, like a concierge building. When we left this morning, you could tell this was like a young, fit dude at the door. And he sees all these hungover old men. And he doesn't say anything, but you just know he's shaking his head on the inside going, what are you guys doing, man?
God,
You're
I hope they don't
old."
die here in the lobby. I hope they
literally,
go
the guy's
outside.
like, I do not want to deal with this mess.
All right. So next up, we got Star Wars Princess Leia with Leia cover sketch by our friend Tracy Medina.
Nice. That's very nice.
MSRP of $149.99, and we have this one for $65.
Anybody want a honey bun now?
Oh man, I have to stop and shop right on the way home.
What, for honey bun?
No, I have nothing to drink.
They've done some really crazy things with honey buns lately, y'all. I'm just gonna say, I don't know if you're aware.
They do burgers with them. They do breakfast sandwiches with them.
I've had the glazed donut cheeseburger.
Yeah, the first time I had that was like
a little weird.
2017. They were doing it in Philadelphia. Local chef Rube Harley, who now has lost like 200 pounds and he's a fit chef now. But I knew him when he was a big fat fried chicken and burger dude. He did one of those. Somebody like Federal Donuts brought over the donuts.
You wouldn't think it would work, but it does.
I just got this thing, man, where I just don't like sugary, sweet, salty, savory things together, right? Like I don't like ketchup on hamburgers or hot dogs, right? Of course, nobody should like ketchup on a hot dog. But like I don't like sweet barbecue sauces. I don't like teriyaki sauces. But here's the thing: if there's heat to it, I'll like it. Like I like ghost pepper ketchup and I like spicy teriyaki sauces. So it's got to have like a little bit of kick to it because otherwise I don't want sweet on a hamburger, on a pizza, on a hot dog. I don't know. I've just never been one of those kind of guys, man.
It's so funny that Robbie just brought this up. I mentioned this. I think I mentioned this when we were away. A buddy of mine just got a new condo. Another friend, divorced, life gone. He's living in a condo in Philadelphia now. It's where we watched the game yesterday. He wanted me to make a few condiments for him because if you follow me on Facebook or whatever, you see my wife, very avid gardener, grows stuff. I can't remember the last time I bought hot sauce at the store. We sort of make our own. She grows the peppers, whatever. He didn't have much, but he did pick up a bunch of stuff from Reading Terminal Market. One of the things he got was a teriyaki sauce from a Japanese store out in Ardmore. I kind of knew the people a little bit. And, he's not the biggest sauce fan, but he thought, I wanted to have this stuff here for you to cook. Like, I don't really cook with teriyaki, and I kind of like those flavors and certain things. But so I took open the bottle, I dumped it in one of those airtight containers, and I sliced up habanero and dropped it in there. And I told him he has to leave it in the back in the dark for about a month, and it'll be habanaki sauce. Habanaki sauce is a lot of fun for sushi, man. It is a lot of fun for sushi.
Interesting.
It's also a lot of fun for ramen.
Somebody did.
No, I won't show it,
honey.
Preston.
I do like hot honey, but here's the one thing. The one thing that I do like is fried chicken and honey. I love that combination for some reason. Fried chicken and honey. That's one of the only savory, salty meeting.
There's a bunch of places in our area now that are doing hot honey on fried chicken. And I'll tell you right now, there's a reason why we have so many of them. There's 8 or 9 of them within 20 minutes of this location.
I've been this way since I was a kid, dude. I would go and buy chicken McNuggets and I'd get honey to dip it in, right? Yeah. Now I have a buddy of mine locally who makes honey. He's got the beehives. He's a beekeeper. He does all this just for fun. He makes a habanero honey and a jalapeno honey, and that on fried chicken is the greatest thing in the world, man. The greatest. It's so good.
Right now, the combination of sweet, salty, spicy, at least in our part of the country, nobody is going broke offering that.
Right.
This morning, we had some apple cider donuts left over from Byler's at Reading Terminal Market. Byler's is like a local Amish place, and the donuts are the size of your head. They were not fresh. They were day before. So I sliced them and put them in the toaster, which immediately made people think that I was still drunk from the night before. They popped up, and I used them to make breakfast sandwiches. Nothing super fancy, just a folded egg, Cooper cheese, sliced sausage roll. You know how the Amish sell the sausage in the tube or whatever? I sliced it. I cooked it like a little slider patty. Everybody was my buddy was like, hey, do you want to move in and live here with me? I'm like, no, man. I have a real house. But and it works. You would not think to use an apple cider donut as a bun for sausage, egg, and cheese.
Right.
But it works. A little hot sauce, it's done.
All right, so next up we have Adventure Time number 4 with cover sketch by Will Torres.
Is this a Venomized Adventure Time?
I'm not sure.
It totally is, right? Is that a Venomized what? Finn? Is Finn the character's name?
I was just going to say, I think that's...
Go ahead, Jay.
I looked it up, looked up the character, and it looks like a Venomized Finn, so that's what I put on the title.
Okay. I was going to say that was the vibe I was getting when I looked at it.
MSRP of $149.99, and we have it for $65 tonight. All right, so here's a card that Corey got Triple B. Red Sonja 50th anniversary trading card by Rachel Holland, signed by Rachel Holland. Mariano just handed it to me today, so
very cool.
It's on the air. All right. So then we have a few more. Next up, we got Deja Torres, trading card signed by Jacqueline Goner. And I have this one for $15.
I think she pronounces her name Gaynor.
Okay, Gaynor, whatever.
She did a very cool Sheena cosplay cover a couple of years ago.
Oh, really? Okay.
And I really wanted that to be a green tint cover, but by the time I found out that she did the thing, it was already off to the product.
Alberto, I will see if I can find another one, okay? Or we'll say if you go on a comic cover, I can send you one of those. Let me know, bud. All right. Then we have Deja Thoris signed trading card signed by Samantha Estrada.
Unknown.
Oh, okay. Claimed unknown. Gotcha.
This
unknown.
reminds me, I have not pestered Nick for Deja Thoris in a while. He's kind of gotten a break from that, so I might have to bump that other thing down to 1,003.
We'll wait till next break. All right, Preston, we have another one. This is the second one I have tonight. Deja Thoris signed trading card signed by Samantha Estrada. And I got this one for 15. So you guys tell me. So there was a cosplay trading card set release that was made. I did hear that the packs are like $100 a piece.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's what you guys are looking for, but if it is,
super glad I filled the console with them before those prices came out because that's insane.
So all right, you got it, Preston. So I will go in the warehouse and pull them out if that's what you guys want. All right. So the two Deja Thoris, I have more than one. Actually have so who else want?
Unknown.
Preston did. So Preston, I have the other ones as well by Jackie Gaynor. So you guys let me know. So I probably have 5 of each, I would say. So you guys let me know if anyone else. Yeah, you did claim the first Deja. There are 2 Dejas, unknown. But I have multiples of both.
Do you have a Rachel Holland Deja in there? Because
I have one Rachel Holland.
I was going to say before they start claiming, you might want to see all the Deja Thoris.
Well, Marcus, do you want the packs at that price point? If you do, I will get them out, man. Absolutely. All right. So I got the info the other day. Yeah. So you guys let me know if
Card
anybody
sets
else
are
wants.
great. What I really want is a cosplay cover masterwork book set. Like we have the art of John Cassaday, the art of Alex Ross. I want the art of cosplay.
Well, you know who to talk to, not me. I'm not the one to talk to. All right. So last trading card of the night, Red Sonja 45th anniversary trading card signed by Joseph Michael Linsner. And we have this one for 45.
Has he done Red Sonja covers? I'm unfamiliar. You could probably wake that guy up at like 4 a.m. and he'd bust one out. That's, like super amazing.
Have you tried that?
No.
Like
that sounds like a publisher thing.
CJ.
Or maybe like Joe Rybrand get away with that.
All right.
You got to be at like that level.
So we have the new books coming out on Wednesday from Dynamite. Here we go. Yeah, that is Marcus. All right. So first up, we have, I'm sorry, Ed Weird is not here because this is right up his alley.
Oh, it's the Halloween special?
Yes, it is. Vampirella, Halloween Horror #1, cover A by Greg Land. Some of these covers are amazing.
This cover has a lot of Harris era energy, and I like that. That's very cool.
All right.
Like if you look at the Vampirella covers from when Harris Comics did them, you got a lot of covers like this, and it was very cool.
All right. Then we have cover B by Buzz. That's his name.
This is sort of like the Vampirella version of Spider-Man 301, right? Everybody has to do this cover.
Yeah, it was a Frazetta original, right?
Yeah, everybody has to sort of do their, and not that I'm complaining. I mean, if I was the publisher and I was going to hire somebody for Vampirella, I'd say you have to send me your take on this first, and then we'll decide.
All right. Then we have cover C by Selena.
This is sort of neat. I like the way the
I believe it is unknown. John, do you know?
Yeah, it's a one-shot comic.
Yeah, it's done like once a year, right? There's always like
Preston
some kind
is
of
claiming
Halloween
Gotcha,
something.
Preston. Gotcha, bud.
Yeah, just a nice one-and-done little Vampirella story. Yeah.
And usually they're not necessarily in continuity too. So if you're, right now into Vampirella or Vampirella Armageddon, this is just a fun sort of,
That's why it makes some great tryout books,
Oh yeah.
All right. Then we have cover D, the cosplay variant.
Joni Brosis is this, I think.
I don't know actually. They didn't tell me. I
It's
guess
Joni
you're
Rose.
right. All right. So then we have cover E, the Greg Land foil.
This in foil really will make it look like a Harris cover. If you're like a fan of that particular era, I would get this in foil.
All right. So the foil is $9.99. Then we have cover F, which is the Greg Land foil Virgin. And we have that for $29.99. All right. Then we have cover G, the Buzz foil variant. And we have that for $9.99.
How long do you think it took to draw all those bats, Robbie?
Probably 10 minutes.
I was going to say, if it's Ken Hazer, it's 10 minutes.
All right. Then we have cover H, the Buzz foil Virgin.
Preston Mike Mayhew covers were, I think they really nailed, like sometimes artists just have their style of work and that's great. Every once in a while, some artists kind of dial, I don't even know if zeitgeist is the right word or whatever, but they kind of dial into the style and energy of the period of time.
Right.
And Mike Mayhew was one of those guys when he did the Harris stuff for Vampirella that very much.
All right. Then we have cover I, the Buzz Atlas variant.
Oh.
And we have that for $5.99. Hey, Phil, what's up? All right, then we have cover J, the 110 cosplay Virgin. And we had that for $10. Then we have cover K, the 110 ratio Selena Virgin. And we had that for $10. Then we have cover L, the 115 ratio Buzz Virgin. And we have that for $15. And then we have cover M, the 115 Greg Land Virgin. And we have that for $15. And then we have cover N, the Buzz black and white variant. And then we have that for $9.99. All right. And then we have cover O, the 1 in 5 Aldrin or Buzz black and white FOC bonus Virgin. And we have that for $5. Then we have cover P, the 1-5 Selena FOC bonus foil Virgin. And we have that for $5. And then cover Q, the 1-7 Greg Land black and white FOC bonus. And we have that for $7.
This is really nice.
And then finally cover R, the 1-7 line art FOC foil bonus variant by Buzz. And we have this one for $7. 10 for 1M.
Is there a line art version for Atlas Comics?
So here's the problem, Triple B. I really can't discount anything that is a new release. So I can't do it for 10. If it's something older, a back issue, I can do that. But something that's just been released, I can't do lower than top.
Essentially then you're undercutting.
Yeah, I can't do it because I'd be undercutting all the LCSs if I do that. So I really can't do that, buddy. So if you want it for 15, it's yours. Otherwise, no big deal, bud. All right. So there are certain things I can negotiate on. Anything that's been released, that's been here, or back issue trading cards, I can do. But yeah, anything that hasn't, it literally hasn't even come out yet. It comes out on Wednesday. I can't do anything. I would get killed for that, Triple B.
They're teasing Alberto about his age. To put it in perspective,
Vampirella I-N-O. Is that no?
Yes,
Is that no?
I think that's a no.
All right.
I literally bought Vampirella when it was published by Warren from the spinner rack, or actually the newsstand, because magazine formats didn't really go on spinner racks back then. So if Alberto is old, I'm literally like a guy out of suspended animation.
Ancient. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I literally bought Warren, eerie, creepy. These were magazines that they usually didn't sell to younger kids.
Oh, gotcha. Unknown.
They didn't usually sell these to younger kids, but the guy knew my dad, so.
Gotcha, Unknown. Gotcha now, bud. All right. So also coming out, actually, we don't have got Silverhawks coming out on Wednesday, and what else? And what's it?
Got Space Ghost.
Space Ghost. Yeah, you're right.
Space Ghost.
And that's it. So light week. All right. So what time is it?
Yeah, Preston. I've had a bunch of people tell me that like they weren't old enough to, they sort of had to have somebody buy for them or whatever, because the spinner racks were not set up for magazine size books.
Right.
And then when you looked at the cover of Vampirella, most people who owned newsstands or, drugstores, wherever they kind of sold stuff like this, they went up on the shelf with the other semi-unsuitable for public viewing magazines or whatever.
Whatever are you talking about, John?
It was a different world then. It was.
Yeah, I was around then, but reading Playboys with my with a friend. A bunch of us would go to, and he would go under his porch. That's where you hide them.
Everybody had a spot for naughty books,
and he would steal them from his dad, who had subscription. So he was the most popular kid in the fourth grade or something like that.
There's a whole generation of people that their first look at like a book like that, very much from their dad. Your first beer, like down to the garage or basement fridge or shed fridge. I don't know what happened. The bottle must have
I had
broken.
one friend who would open. His mom would keep jars of olives, pickles. He would open them, eat some, offer me something, and then put it back. I'm like, dude, you opened it. Doesn't it have to go in the fridge? He goes, nah, it'll be fine.
It'll be
I'm
fine.
Like,
and then, of course, a week later, it's in the garbage, and mom is upset.
Yeah, right. But I mean, she used to have rows and rows of it.
Well, the last time my mom almost hit me, I was probably about 10, and I did something very similar. And she said with a very snarky response, how am I supposed to cook with that? And I said,
you can, Unknown.
I said,
Absolutely.
You can't cook anyway. And that was the last time my mother seriously considered hitting me. But by the time I was 10, we were about the same height. So she was just like, go to your room, which was fine because I had my comics and my dogs. So I'm like, okay.
Gotcha, Unknown. Switch it out for you, bud.
Yeah, Preston, I think for the most part you had that. Warren comics were generally with the tattoo magazines.
I'll tell you what. I'm going to do something for you guys because I have multiples of this. If you buy one of the Deja Thoris ones, I'll give you the other one for free. Okay?
Oh, nice.
So you get them both.
2 for 1 special here on Comic Collectibles.
That's my gift to the group for the show.
Heck yeah, man. Happy 75th, Alberto. That's for you.
Oh, my God.
Give the guy a break.
The poor guy, man.
That's torturing the man.
His life, the calendar pages are flapping in front of his eyes. His people are aging him.
All right.
Enjoy your night, Alberto.
You got
that was a bridge too far. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, that was it. He pulled the plug on your.
Just for the heck of it. Yeah. As my gift to you guys. All right. So anyone who buys it, $15 for both.
Nice.
All right. So now we have Silverhawks 8 coming out on Wednesday. First one, cover A, is by Jay Lee. All right. Then we have cover.
This book is just kind of humming along nicely. You know what I mean? This is sort of. Silverhawks had the disadvantage of not having all the nostalgia hype of like Space Ghost and Johnny Quest behind it.
Right.
Silverhawks came later, and I think that they sort of had to go through a thing of showing you how cool this property is, how cool these characters can be.
Right.
Where Johnny Quest, even people who aren't hardcore comic book fans, people kind of know who Johnny Quest is, right? Kid, Jetpack,
You grew up watching.
Negligent Father, Dangerous Situations. Like everybody kind of knew.
Yeah, because
knew the vibe.
you know, those of us in our generation, we grew up watching it. On
Kids
TV.
fighting monsters, giant robots,
Yeah,
aliens.
exactly. All right. So cover B is
Plus, I
by
think Venture Brothers kind of helped people like Johnny Quest. Oh, I remember Johnny Quest, and that's I think kind of what the Venture Brothers guys were counting on.
all right. Cover B is Cat Stags.
You know, I personally love the Silverhawks franchise, and I love this comic book. It really takes the franchise and elaborates on it and gives it more of a backstory. And Ed Brisson has done such a fantastic job of just making the characters more well-rounded and the world feel more lived in. And yeah, I get it. It's not as popular, say, like, doesn't have the same nostalgic pull as, say, Johnny Quest or Herculoids, but we're talking about Hanna-Barbera cartoons from the 60s, okay, which were aired in rerun, right, in the 90s on Cartoon Network. That's why a lot of my generation remembers those characters. But Silverhawks, even being a property of the 80s, was always overshadowed by its big brothers, He-Man and Transformers and G.I. Joe and Thundercats, right? But to have the passion and the love for Silverhawks that Ed Brisson does, and to be able to really like pull so much gold out of such a brilliant premise, it's a great book. It really, really is.
You can make the argument if you look at the Silverhawks episodes, like Robbie just touched on, there isn't a ton of in-depth story development, right? They're like 24-minute episodes, and you got to get to the action and blah, blah, blah. Ed Brisson is really able to take the comic and add, you know what I mean, all that depth to it, which sort of is what David Paposi did with Space Ghost.
Yeah, he's grounding it, and he's adding a brutal truth to it, especially a truth of war and crime, if that makes sense, right? And it's got a ballin' soundtrack, man. You know, wings of silver, nerves of steel, Silverhawks. Let's go.
He's ready for Halloween carols. Nice.
God help us. All right. So then we have cover C by Alessandro Rinaldi.
This cover I like a lot. This,
dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
I don't understand why somebody just has a hand on the cover. I don't see anything behind it.
All right. Then cover D by Drew Moss.
This is real nice and understated. This is sort of a thing where you're looking at the cover and you're like, now I need to read the story. Now I need to read the book to know what this is all about.
Yeah, this is actually a really great graphic representation of the Cowboys season.
Oh, no.
So is it Paposi or is it Papose?
I think it's Paposi. I might be wrong.
Papose.
Is it? Okay, well, Robbie would know.
Because otherwise I've been pronouncing it wrong for a while.
He's a friend of the show. It's David Pepose. So
thank God. All right. Then we have cover E by George Camadias.
Look, is that Ultron back there, man? What's going on, John?
I was just going to say, wait a minute. I don't remember Ultron appearing in the book, but, you know, hey.
Now you do. All right. And then Marcus's favorite artist, cover F by Mannix.
Oh, great cover. Partly metal, partly real. Silverhawks.
Nice. Robbie's found something new you want to
Well,
try.
if we can get a Silverhawks audiobook going, guess who's going to sing the intro?
You know,
coming next on Silverhawk from Dynamite Entertainment, exclusive to Audible.
I want to be put in charge of Dynamite audiobooks.
Wait, what?
Oh, I thought the last cover was Metal Man meets Scarecrow. That's funny.
So what is Corey saying? I'm not getting it.
It says that's issue number 7, not number 8. The previous cover.
I don't know why. All right. So it is, let's see. No, all right. It says, all right. So the one before Mannix by Cambidias. Is that what it says?
I think.
All right. So no big deal. Typo. All right. So then we have cover G, 110 ratio by David Cousins, battle damage variant.
Nice.
And we have this one for 10.
It's one of my favorite bad guys from Silverhawks. That's Melodia right there, y'all. Rock on. I mean, nothing better than a killer guitar, right? Know what I'm saying? That's 80s.
I'm waiting for a band to bring the guitar back.
All right. So then we have cover H, the 110 ratio, J. Lee, black and white version. And we have this one for 10. It does? The Cam Dice one, really?
Yeah, I just checked it on Slack too.
Yeah, the cover itself says 7. So I don't know what's going on there.
Oh. I'll have to talk to editorial about that one.
Is that Amy? Do you want me to just go outside?
No.
Okay, I was going to say, I was going to Amy outside.
I don't know if I want to be the one to bring it up. All right, then we have cover I, the 115 David Cousins battle damage virgin. And we have that for 15.
Her name's Melodia.
I need Silverhawks to do big numbers so I can pester the publisher for Black Star. Black Star is Silverhawks, but even less well known.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we got to go to our last and final break. Hang out. We'll be right back, and then we will get through the rest of the Dynamite books, and then eventually get to the giveaway. And the giveaway is Red Sonja 45th anniversary promo card by Nick Bradshaw.
Yeah,
you got it.
That's a nice card.
All right, so hang out. We'll be right back.
So, the show is called The Geek Chat. And really, there's just a couple of geeks.
I'm Rich.
I'm Dez.
And we are your hosts for this weekly guide into comic bookery and all the geeky stuff that goes with it.
And that pretty much says it all. They talk about the latest movies and shows.
Okay, I'll be completely honest with you. Overall, D+ movie.
So the end. Did you know who that is?
That's She-Ra, yeah.
Yes.
The new #1 comics of the week.
We rep Samuel Jackson and we rep Mace Windu.
I passed on this. I was like...
No regrets.
No regrets. I really wanted to like this book. I really did. Like, I really did.
And just chat with each other. And with you.
Oh, Daniel says, I dosed off with the first one. I have zero interest in the Joker Harley ship, not Harley herself. Enjoy, not for me. Yeah, this movie's gonna be rough for me to sit through, I'll be honest.
The Geek Chat, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Just a couple of honest geeks.
Let's be honest. Come on.
And that is why people watch us, because we're honest.
Giving their honest opinions.
And the thing you always have to remember about the internet is everyone has an opinion, and they all suck.
Part of the experience.
We know you probably get a lot of emails, but could you please make sure to sign up for our mailing list? We don't send a lot of emails, and we try not to bother you. We just want to give you the best information about all the cool stuff that's going on around here. Sign up on our website, theexplive.com.
Boring old Tuesday. Kick it!
Anyway, let's get to it.
Henri Copen scours collections and comic shops to bring you the biggest deals on beautiful comics.
I'm very eager to sell these books.
Plus, he smashes those other boring sales shows. Henri's got fire, excitement, personality, key books, FOMO books.
60 FOMO books for you.
A cute dog. Weird accents.
69, bro!
A wheel of skid bark?
There's a wheel spin at the end of every show.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll score huge bargains.
That is Haktua magic right there, all right?
Kicking it with Henri. Tuesday nights, part of the experience.
we're back. All right. So then Silverhawks, number 8, cover J, 115 ratio, Mannix, Virgin. And we have that for 15. And then we have cover K, the 115 Cambodias Virgin. And we have this one for 15. And then we have cover L, the 120 Drew Moss Virgin. And we have that for 20.
Yeah, Preston just mentioned CJ does have a great Red Sonja cover over on Instagram. We have a lot of people. We talked about this before. We have a lot of people doing really cool stuff in the chat. People doing art.
Absolutely.
People doing their own shows. Jay has like 19 shows. This is probably the only show he doesn't get to talk on. Jay and Kyle, Jay and other people do shows. Jay's sort of gone into business for himself, and I mean that in the best way possible. Triple B still, it's a Triple B time of year now. You know what I mean? It's like the haunted basement, the whole bit. In a lot of ways, yeah, there's a lot of creative people in the chat. It's very cool.
That's true. All right. Then we have cover M, the 120 ratio Alessandro Rinaldi Virgin. And we have that for 20. And then we have cover N, the 125 Cat Stags Virgin. And we have that for 25. And then
so this is like a weird yin and yang type design that I really like.
All right. So then we have cover O, the 125 J. Lee Virgin. And we have that for 25. All right. Then we have Space Ghost number 3 coming out on Wednesday. I love this cover.
Yeah.
This is cover A by Francesco Mattina.
Y'all, you've heard it before. I'll say it again. Space Ghost, probably one of the best Dynamite books of all time. I can't believe that David Pepose and Jonathan Lau have been able to take a property that could have been left forgotten back in the 60s, slightly revitalized with the Adult Swim Space Ghost Coast to Coast, but to do something that is so true to the core concept and at the same time, also one of the greatest superhero comics being published today. Do you think that comics aren't as good as they were back in yesteryear?
Yeah.
Do you miss self-contained stories with ongoing subplots that build into earned and respected finales? Check out Space Ghost. It seriously is one of the best superhero comics on the market today.
You're not going to sing again, are you?
Yeah, I've been...
Space Ghost.
It's just
He's the ghost with the most. He's Space Ghost. Thunderball. How about that?
To echo what Robbie said, I've been...
You're going to sing too?
No, not at all.
Come on, John.
Sober. I've been a regular Dynamite reader since near the end of year 1.
I didn't know that.
Really? Have you read one of the comics, sir? No, I'm just kidding. And I don't know... I off the top of my head, nothing jumps out at me like Space Ghost does. There are things which I have enjoyed more personally because I like the character more.
Right.
Like Magnus Robot Fighter. But in terms of objectively being at the Space Ghost level, there's not a whole lot that Dynamite has done, I think, at the level of Space Ghost. Legendary was kind of one of the high water marks for Dynamite. Space Ghost, you would have to say, is also at a real high water mark for this sort of thing. There's not a lot. John can attest to the age of his collection. My trunk. The trunk has stories. I really need the trunk to be like the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Box up the 2010 run. I need everything in there. But yeah, objectively, I don't know if someone has done as much or more with less than Space Ghost,
Right.
because we've got stories from the 60s, which, let's be honest, I love that stuff, but there's not really a lot of storytelling. There's like a general story there. It's the same with Herculoids. You know, when Tom Stigowski starts working on this project, of course, he's watching the stuff. He's watched the series or whatever. They're cool. People remember stuff. There's not a ton of stuff there. You don't know anything about Amazon. You don't know a whole lot. And they have to fill in, you know, sort of the whole backstory. Tom mentioned that with his Vampirella work when he decided to do Vampirella and jumped on that. Everyone knew who Vampirella was. Pin up, this, that, Harris, whatever, but, you know, Warren. But there wasn't a huge ton of Vampirella backstory. You kind of knew she was from Dracula. She had these other things, grief with her mother, but there wasn't a lot of there. When Tom jumps in, Tom and those other creators
fleshes it out.
Yeah, that fleshes it out and kind of makes it very cool. And it's not just Tom. I mean, by the time Dynamite has the character, you've got, like, you know, Grant Morrison's working on the character and stuff like that. But initially, and of course, Harris, I love the Harris era. Much of the Harris era was about very cool covers. Foil, little embossing, you know what I mean? Adam Hughes type stuff. I don't mean that in a negative way, but again, there wasn't a huge sort of building of scaffolding of the story. Tom starts working on it for Harris along with other creators, and then they're like, "Hey, like, why? You know, it's the joke of why are you like this?"
Yeah.
Let's find out.
For my final thought on it, I'll just say, you're at a hip party. He's the best host. Better watch out. It's Space Ghost. It's for you, Rex.
Imagine.
Thanks, Rob.
Happy 89th birthday, Rex.
I know, right? They made Blip cool.
Cowboys suck.
Oh no!
You're right. Twitch is still illegal.
Triple B, I do like the Priest.
That's right.
Initially, when I found out Christopher Priest was going to do Vampirella, I had the same reaction when Fred Van Lente was going to do Magnus. I was skeptical. Nobody thinks Christopher Priest is in any sort of top 10 creator conversation working today. I don't think anybody can sort of dispute that. But I didn't necessarily know how he was his skill set was going to translate, storytelling skill set was going to translate to Vampirella. Just like with Fred Van Lente, I was delighted to be wrong. I was delighted to be, you know, people laughing at me and stuff like that. Vampirella is one of those characters that really plays well with others, meaning creators and stuff like that. You know what I mean? The character I don't necessarily think works in a group book, at least not for long. But they've done everything with Vampirella. We've had Vampiverse. We've got Armageddon. We had Vampirella in Legendary. No matter what they do with her, similar to my shirt, Barnabas Collins, they've moved him through different universes and story timelines on Dark Shadows. It just worked. And
unless it's the Johnny Depp one directed by Tim Burton, then it doesn't.
Oh no, I kind of pretend that doesn't exist. That's like that Dark Shadows movie is my Blade 3.
Yeah, that was.
Is that
bad.
the one?
That was.
Oh yeah, they
bad.
just never made it.
Yeah. It's no.
Robbie's still in denial.
It just doesn't exist. It's just in that world where Tom Selleck was Indiana Jones for like 8 Indiana Jones movies. So there you go.
Or what's his name was in Back to the Future.
Eric Stoltz, yeah.
Eric Stoltz. And yeah, I mean,
David Lynch did Return of the Jedi. It just ruins everything. It changes everything, man. It just.
I mean, I see the comments about Vampirella. I don't mean this in any way disrespectful, but yeah, my favorite Vampirella writer is Tom.
Whenever you say that, you're going to be disrespectful.
No, I'm not. But you know, it's sort of like, how can you not like this and how can you not like that? Everybody has their favorites. If I have to pick one creator that I want to read a Vampirella story for, it's going to be Tom Stigowski. Now, granted, part of that is because, you know, we talk all the time, and you know, so I'm sending him a box of obscure finds for him to sign, and he very nicely agreed to sign things which are kind of out of print, not floating around anywhere. He was actually surprised that I actually knew who Owlboy was, but.
So I want to ask you a question.
I just love Tom. I love Tom.
Totally off topic. Non sequitur, as Mariano likes to use. What's happening with South Jersey Food Scene Diners card?
Oh, the new one is coming out for 2026.
Okay, so there is one coming.
Yeah, there's one coming out for 2026, and if people want to buy the 2026 card now,
Mhm.
they get a 2025 card for free for the next
Okay,
for 3 months.
great. Because I promised my daughter and her fiance I was getting it, and I asked you about it before. I think I texted you or something. I never got off my duff to do anything about it. So I wanted to ask you, and you had told me the 2025 card was ending. They didn't know what they were doing.
Well, they
So now
thought about an app or whatever, but people just didn't want another app on their phone.
Right. Is the link the same that you sent me?
Yeah. The
Okay,
link is
perfect.
the same. If you go
Thank
to the link, you'll see where it says get your
And I
2026
just
card
pay
now.
for it. I
and
just
as
pay
the-
for it with a credit card.
Yeah.
Okay,
You just
perfect.
and I think it's $20.26.
Okay.
And we have people who
Just so you know, it's that South Jersey Diners card that gives your phone number out to all those scam artists, Rex. Just so you know.
that's how
Hey,
the admin makes her
Her
money.
friend runs that. You better watch it. John will come for you.
John understands
He'll
a joke,
retract his
man.
vote. He'll
I won't
retract
see
his
him
vote
anyway.
for you.
I won't see him anyway.
By the way, you only got like 3 more weeks to vote for PCP over at cbcawards.org. You should go do
He
that.
cares now. See, he cares now.
See, I voted early and often this day.
I refuse to respond unless you sing it as a jingle.
Could that someone be Space Ghost?
Yeah, Preston. Christopher Priest probably looked at what's been done with Vampirella and probably decided he wanted to go into maybe a more esoteric direction with the character. What it means to be Vampirella. I wouldn't say he's the only person to do it. He's done it very, very well.
Right.
And what really works now is he's working on that sort of era, timeline, whatever you want to call it. And then we have Vampirella Armageddon. And we're getting more Dynamite, which, you know.
All right, so let me get through the rest of the Space Ghost books. We've got cover
Vote for
B.
the GOAT. Nice, Jay. Nice.
There you go. Cover B, the Jay Lee variant. Then we have cover C, the Michael Cho variant.
Oh, man.
Then we have cover D, the Bjorn Berens variant. Then we have cover F.
I'll tell you right now, you look at that cover, there is no one before we started doing the Space Ghost book that thought Space Ghost would look that cool. There was nobody
Right.
that thought that.
All right, so then we have cover F, the Francesco Mattina Virgin for 50. Then cover G, the 110 Jay Lee black and white variant. And we have that for 10. And then cover H, the 110 Bjorn Berens Virgin. And we have that for 10. Then we have cover I, the 115 Jay Lee black and white version. And we have that for 15. Then we have cover J, the 115 Michael Cho Virgin. And we have that for 15. Then we have cover K, the 120 Jay Lee Virgin. And we have that for 20. All right. Let's do a quick Rex cap. Anyone joining us late? The giveaway tonight is Red Sonja 45th anniversary promo card by Nick Bradshaw. And then we have the Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles, $3.99 cover price or higher. So you're looking at a $40 retail or higher. And as always, we have for $5. Best deal we've ever had, the DF Mystery Box. 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 version, 1 signed, 1 exclusive, and 10 back issues. $200 retail value, and we've got it for $85. Then the sketch covers, Uncanny Avengers #1 with Wonder Man cover sketch by Carl C.K. Kent. MSRP of $149.99, and we have for $65. Then we have
So that's exactly what I thought too. The covers for Space Ghost have been, by and large, exceptional. Michael Cho sort of really kind of is, I guess, the closest to the Alex Toth style. Maybe that's partly by design. I don't know or care. I just it looks really good when they're in black and white. I would love to see more of those sort of covers.
All right.
Very retro. I like that.
Then we have Death of X #1 with the Wolverine homage sketch cover by Christian Blockinger. Have that for 65. Then we have More Fun #73 with Spectre cover sketch by Joe Delviato, Dominic John, and Mariano Nicieza. And we have that for 65.
Oh, and I was looking back a little bit real quick. TJ mentioned a brisket hot dog at a place where he was. I actually mentioned brisket as a hot dog possibility to Head Culinary, the people who make my dogs.
Right.
And the next thing up that they have on the board is a short rib dog.
Ooh, that sounds good.
They sell an inordinate amount of short rib from that location. And so I said, let's try a short rib dog.
That's interesting.
Interesting
idea.
So we'll have to see. I mean, we don't. It's got to go through the testing process. And to be honest with you, it's a small location. They don't want to stop making their original dogs, which are delicious, and they really don't want to stop making.
Makes sense.
My dogs, to put it that way.
All right. Then we have Captain America #700 with Captain America cover sketch by John Pleak.
Did you see Unknown's question about back issues?
And we had that for 65. Depends. It depends on
the property.
As a general rule, we keep them here for about 2 weeks. But Unknown, send me an email with what you're looking for, and we may have it here. We may have 1 or 2 copies hanging around somewhere. You never know. But if it's like way back, like 5, 6,
That's
10
what
years
I was going
ago,
to say. If we're talking
that's
about
a little bit problematic at that point. All right, but send me an email, buddy. I'll look for you.
I think it was 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was just in the back, and there was like a copy of Jeff Parker's Rocket Man there from like 2023.
Well, we just got a shipment. We just got a shipment that was supposed to be 8 pallets turned into 15. So things are moving around.
Things are moving around. It's
Yeah,
just
we were
cracking
not
me up because I'm like,
expecting that much.
I love this book, but I'm like, this is like 2 years ago.
All right. Then we have Mad Max Fury Road with Mad Max cover sketch by John Pleak. And we have that for 65. Then Star Wars Princess Leia with #1 with Leia cover sketch by our friend Tracy Medina. Had that for 65.
Marcus, as someone who's had a tiny little peek in what you would call the back, it reminds me a little bit of where they boxed up and left the Ark of the Covenant.
All right. Then Adventure Time #4 with cover sketch by Will Torres. And we had that for 65. So I still have these left.
Venomized then. If you're an Adventure Time person.
I still have the Deja Thoris trading card signed by Jackie Goner. And I still have the Deja Thoris signed trading card by Samantha Estrada. All right. And that is it for the night anyway. All right. So, Jay, what do we have coming up? Obviously, Robbie and his movie night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And the movie again is what? I forget.
The Shiver of the Vampires, a 1971 French vampire film that I have never heard of. John, have you even heard of this? Have you seen it before?
Preston, you might as well. You never know.
The first mention I've seen of this movie was today when it popped up on my, I think maybe Instagram PCP feed.
Word. All right. I think it's going to be a first watch for everybody involved. So
yeah, I was going to say, I kind of really love older horror. I'm like a vintage horror guy. This was.
Well, and just so you know, John, it's on Shudder. So.
Oh, is it?
It's on Shudder, man. So you can check it out.
John's making a note now.
It is such a weird, quirky, it's described as like a French erotic vampire film. The way I would describe it is it's like a psychedelic vampire film, if that makes sense.
When?
71. 71.
Okay.
It is one of the most surreal, weird movies I've ever seen, man. It's like so weird. So I cannot wait to talk about this movie.
What's the title of this again?
What?
What's the title of this tonight?
The Shiver of the Vampires. Yeah.
So check out Robbie at 9 p.m. Eastern for movie night, Shiver of the Vampires.
And here it is, adding to list.
And there you go.
This is like a real-time thing. Robbie's like, it's on Shudder.
Yeah, bro,
Okay.
when you watch it, message me and let me know what you thought about it, man. Because me and my girlfriend were just like...
Obviously, Nick has seen it.
What?
He knows way too much about it.
Nick has seen it. I got this...
clearly Nick is like a Euro horror guy.
I got this one from Indicator. I bought it on Blu-ray right there. It's something special.
All right. So, Jay, what do we have going on the EXP?
So after watching movie night, make sure your notifications are on for the EXP. Best Coast Comics will not be on tonight. Bronze is still feeling a little bit under the weather, but we might have Kyle popping on to talk about something that's going on this Saturday that's really big for us. Pay no attention to the time on here because it's going to be a lot longer than 8 hours or 7 hours. I can tell you that.
It's like LCS color. Oh, there it is.
We're going to be the premier place to check out streaming from stores and all kinds of cool things. So just stay tuned tonight. I think Kyle's hopping on to talk about it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Cool. Very cool.
Oh, let's stream from Mariano's desk. We'll just go through stuff and say, hi, we're here from Mariano's desk.
He will kill you.
I know, right?
All right. So the last chance, the giveaway of the night, Red Sonja anniversary promo card by Nick Bradshaw. Hashtag is EXP Monday, all lowercase. As always. So your last chance, if you haven't put it in the chat, you should do it now because we're going to spin the wheel in about 30 seconds. All right. So what do you think, Jay?
I got to give a major shout out to Nick, by the way, out there in the chat, being the only person in my personal life who knew what I was talking about when I said Shiver of the Vampires.
Yeah.
New director and actors in the movie.
Like I said,
I knew.
I've known about that movie I've known about the existence of that movie for about 5 hours now. Because I think that's when I saw the PCP thing on Instagram earlier today. Maybe 2-3 o'clock. So I've known the existence of that movie for 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is.
All right. So, Jay, let's spin the wheel, bud.
Hold on just a second because my layouts are all kinds of messed up. So I'm trying to find.
No, you're fine.
There we go.
I'll take a break from this is the time of year, my pre-Halloween routine watching is usually anthologies.
I promise you.
Creepshow, Masters of Horror, Night
Halloween's
Gallery.
on a Friday this year, right?
I believe so.
I got to find
It
something.
is, I think, yeah.
But I'm going to take a little break to check this movie out because to never have even heard of it before, I got to see what this is all about.
Tom Bishop.
Thomas Bishop, congratulations.
All right, so
that
I have
guy.
to find some. So I have to find
Can we
something-
spin the wheel again? Can we do that? Can we
No,
just?
you cannot. So,
Unfortunately, I always think of his name like pronounced in like Aliens.
so I'm gonna have to
Bishop?
find. Luckily, it's a Friday, so I can find something else to do because I am definitely not going to be home because I hate handing out candy. So I go
Does
out.
Halloween have a Scrooge?
It does.
Yes.
So I go out. I leave.
Well, John,
big
you've seen
bowl.
Trick or Treat, right?
What?
John,
Oh, yeah,
you've
yeah,
seen
yeah.
Trick or Treat. Yeah, he's that guy. He's that neighbor. He's
I was
that
going
guy.
to say he's the guy.
So I leave out the
Go
bowl.
watch
I have
Trick
my
or
neighbor.
Treat. You'll
I
see
have
what
my
we're talking
neighbor watch it, and I put up a little sign says take one piece only.
It's
and
a
then
bowl
I'll buy.
full of rocks, by the way.
It really
rocks
is.
And, rocks and toothbrushes.
Ooh, that's a good idea. I should try
We
that.
just ordered candy because we live on Hartford Road, and there's no trick-or-treaters that walk up and down Hartford Road. So Gina and her neighborhood organization.
There's no trick or treaters anymore, right? Really? Like it's like if you like I've been thinking about doing a YouTube video about this, but I think other people have done it. But man, there was something about Halloween in the 80s and the 90s that has been lost, right?
Yeah,
and I'm
you're
sure in the decades before, right? But like Halloween from the 90s and back, that Halloween doesn't exist anymore, I feel like, right? It really doesn't.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'll tell you,
I
when
agree.
I was a kid in the 70s into the 80s, Halloween was huge. When I got to be like the older, obnoxious kid, I would still go to people's houses, take candy from little kids, and then go see like whatever horror movie was playing in a local theater with my friends. Like me and my friends were the people in 80s horror movies that got killed because we were super obnoxious, drinking in parking lots.
I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. And yeah, I would be one and done. I'm running off to, use the bathroom. And what happened to John?
All right, so
He's gonna
watch
pop up at the end of
Robbie's
the
movie night
Do
tonight.
you feel like Halloween's not like it was 30, 40 years ago?
All right,
You're a grown 40-year-old man. Complain about it.
No, but that's
On
true.
pop culture
Halloween now, a lot
philosophy.
of communities don't want kids to trick or treat.
Yeah, I know.
There's a safety danger issue, and they do these community trick or treats now, at like the mall.
Trunk or treat.
Or truck or treat. It's just
Well, they do this thing now where every year I see all my friends who have kids be like, yo, Halloween's on like a Wednesday, so when are we doing trick or treating?
Yeah, that's
on Halloween. What's wrong with you? You do it on Halloween.
The last couple of years, my wife and her community organization or whatever, what we do is we go to a candy store and we just buy a bunch of candy. And they go to the community center and the kids have like a little costume parade type thing.
Yeah.
And usually there's some very minor scary thing like, something from Disney or, The Frighteners. That's the movie every kid loves to watch. Now, The Frighteners with Michael J. Fox, which is an underrated Michael J. Fox movie.
It's a Peter Jackson film, right? Isn't that Peter
What?
Jackson? That's a
Yeah,
Peter
it
Jackson
is
film.
not
Yeah.
scary. It is very entertaining. And I would feel comfortable letting an 8, 10, 12-year-old watch it. But it's not scary in the horror sense of the word.
All right, so watch Robbie tonight. It's the
And Nick,
first
thank
movie
you for
night,
weighing in on that information about Children of the Vampires. That was very cool, man.
9 p.m. Eastern. I will be back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and Nick, of course, on Friday for the original art show at 7
On
p.m.
Halloween?
Eastern.
No.
All right. So appreciate you guys.
Ooh,
Thank you, Robbie.
If
Thank
he's
you,
going to do
Jay.
a show on Halloween on Friday, it should be Nick or Treat.
You tell him.
You're welcome.
Thank you, John.
Oh, that's a great idea.
You're
See you guys
welcome.
on Wednesday.
Robbie,
Peace.
Jay, thank you. Thanks, everybody in the chat. Awesome as always.
Pop, pop, boo. Stay spooky, y'all.